motion is coming from Rep. Anamero Dekeri.
I am representing Nigerians, starting from Etsako Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I rise this morning in line with the rules of this honorable House, starting on Order 8, Rule 5, to seek the leave of this House to move a motion of urgent public importance. As is bordering on the killing that is ongoing in Okpella right now in my federal constituency as a result of the coronation of a faction clan head by the state government. On the need to urgently curtail the current conflagration of Okpella community emanating from the desperate coronation of a faction clan head in Okpella by Edo State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs on the directive of the governor. The House notes that Okpella clan head died about 5 years ago, and efforts were made by concerned EDGs to get the state government to provide the enabling environment for smooth selection of a successor by the people, to avoid creation of a prolonged interregnum in a community behind of mining activities that has attracted diversity of humans across the country into the community with its associated vices. The House also knows that a few interest parties, mainly concerned about their selfish economic benefits, had taken advantage of the nonchalant attitude of the state government to issues concerning Okpella, in spite of the enormous resources derived from the community for the economy of the state. And they have engaged in fraudulent means to lure the state government to appoint a clan head who will service their selfish desires at the detriment of the people, and the governor is fully aware of their antics, but choose to turn the situation to political bargaining chips, as seen in the just concluded gubernatorial election in Edo State. Yet, his party suffered an embarrassing defeat in the community. The House further notes that the inflammatory statements credited to the governor during the gubernatorial campaigns in Edo State related to conflagration of Nigeria should leave no one in doubt regarding where the flames will be ignited. The House is aware that the suspicious appointment and coronation of a factional clan head by the state government on the 27th of September 2024, barely 5 days after his party lost in the gubernatorial election, and Okpella being one of the places she lost woefully, has heightened tension in the land, and the people are being killed. Concerned that barely 24 hours after the state government escorted a newly coronated faction clan head into the community overnight with trucks loads of soldiers on the 6th of October 2024, about 9 people have been killed and been gruesomely murdered, while several others suffer various degrees of injuries, and thousands of people, including women and children, have been displaced as tension continues to rise in the community. The House resolved to urge the Minister of Defense to deploy an army to strategic location in Okpella to de-escalate the violence that is currently spreading like wildfire, as the personal aspiration of anyone is not worth the life of another. The House also resolved that the National Security Advisor and intelligence units of our security agencies to investigate those behind the senseless killing and bring the perpetrators to justice. If House further ordered that the Ministry of Humanitarian and Disaster Management to provide relief materials to the displaced members of communities and the families of those who have been killed. I urge the House to observe a minute of silence in honor of the dead, and mandate the House Committee on Defense, Humanitarian and National Security to ensure compliance.
And we say it is important enough to be heard. I think it is only reasonable and logical to second it. But you have your way when we put the question whether to agree or not to agree. So in that light, please, can I call for somebody to second this particular motion?
Mr. Speaker, if there is nobody to second a motion, it should die. You don't have to preach to us to second a motion. Members have their reasons for not opting to second a motion. They have their reasons. We shouldn't convert the chambers into an environment to begin to rain insults on senior citizens of this country. It should not be entertained.
You see, that's the beauty of democracy. When you second, you have the opportunity to say yes or not to whatever he said.
Nobody is willing to second, except he is
willing. Somebody is willing. Please sit down. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
My beloved Speaker, My dear colleagues, my name still remains Honorable Obi Agocha, representing the great people of Iguano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South. Mr. Speaker, my home is Abia State, the home of the most performing governor in Nigeria, Dr. Alex Otti. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague.
Those against, you say nay. I'll put the question again.
Speaker.
I'll put the question again. Those in support of this motion should say aye.
Aye!
Those against should say nay. The nays have it.